Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly edition of Timeout Talks, which is brought to you by Chase and Throw's custom T-shirts and accessories, and by the Ice Shaker. I don't have my top on, but that's okay. They have the only bottle you'll ever need. Yeah, nice red there. It's actually my brother's one, so that's why I had it facing the other way. Stole his for the show. It's got his name on it and everything. So you know what? Quick little plug. My name's not Shane, but as you guys know, you can put your name on it. Nice little, quick little handy thing. Holiday season coming up right around. So as I was saying, the best bottle you will ever need, the only bottle you will ever need, go buy your custom Timeout Talks apparel via www.chaseandthrows.com and on Amazon. And you can purchase your ice shakers at www.iceshaker.com. Big show this week. It's going to be very World Cup heavy. Actually, football heavy. Both football. We've got American football and we've got soccer football. World Cup heavy. We're gonna go USA's massive win. Couple chances for Iran at the end of the game. There, we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll preview a little bit of the round of 16, what we can expect from the Netherlands. That's a big game coming up Saturday. We'll talk a little bit about that England game. We'll get into Portugal. We'll get into all the other groups. Argentina with a big win. James all of a sudden is an Argentina fan. It's really weird. I can get a little bit into that. Yeah, a little into that. Ben's got a quick little couple things he wants to talk about. Throwing a nice little tease in there. And as always, we'll finish things off, wrapping up Week 12 in the NFL and reviewing this week, Week 13. So we've got a lot to kind of talk about. I'm fired up about the World Cup, Ben. Portugal's in yesterday. The U.S. are in just by the skin of their teeth. Iran having like 2 penalty shot chances, but it looks like maybe it was a kind of on the fence. I liked the calls. They didn't go with them. But just an absolute heartbreaker. I know there was a header that was just missed off to the side from Iran. Just a great game, Ben. Pulisic, unbelievable. His goal. I think it was a Snapchat. It's him on the hospital bed. I don't know exactly what the injury was. Yeah. I know he got replaced. And he was saying, good win for the boys. He had a thumbs up, and he said he will definitely be there Saturday. So that is promising. But Ben, what's even more promising is the fact that US of A is going to be in the knockout stages.
Yeah, Josh, I mean, we've been waiting for this moment for 8 years. It's been a while. Definitely disappointing not making it last time. I know everyone felt that pretty badly, and this USA team remembers that feeling, and they just took it into all this training, all these years leading up to it. This one, some people were saying, is it as much pressure? Because we got the 2026 one, we're hosting it, so we're, we got that one in the back pocket. We're going to be going to 2 straight World Cups. People thought, maybe we wouldn't have the foot on the throttle as much, but I think we proved those people wrong. We're ready to go. I don't know. The Netherlands is going to be a good game, Josh. I know we'll preview that one. Van Dijk. It's going to be tough. Listen, England had a bunch of good attack guys out there. Kane, Sterling, Saka. But Netherlands doesn't have that same depth or talent. They got decent strikers out there, but I mean, they got the defense. They got Van Dijk, the best defender in the world. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Frankie de Jong, another great midfielder over there. Shout out Barcelona. They just got a good team over there. Netherlands is always a consummate team into the round of 16. They're always just, tops of their groups, moving around, making deep runs. 2010. I lost to Spain, but listen, they made a nice little run there. But for the U.S., very excited, Josh. I was working, as Josh knows, so I had to go in and out of watching it. I had to put it on the break room TV and slip in there and watch some of the highlights and everything. But it was a great game. And it's Josh, good on you for that correcting. I know it's Iran. I know some of the journalists leading up to this game. There was a couple issues with that. One of the reporters asked Tyler Adams a couple tough questions, especially coming from Iran with human rights, their issues and all that. But, he kind of critiqued Tyler Adams and how, everyone in the U.S. says Iran wrong, how we always say Iran, and, it's not that. So The U.S. handled all that well. Handled some tough questions from those journalists and everything. We got a lot of tough press questions leading up to this game. Yeah, it was a tough one, Josh. I know Greg Berhalter had to field some tough questions. Just it is what it is. This is a global event, global game. You're gonna have to deal with some of these tough stuff, but we put it to the side. We got the victory. It was pretty simple. We couldn't tie. You just had to go out there and win. So we finally did that. Just after two. England was a good tie, but that Wales one was such a tough one. So I'm excited, Josh. I'm excited for this. Netherlands, it's a good draw. Like I said, we got to be careful with this one, but it's going to be a great game Saturday. Saturday's going to be a great day of TV watching, Josh, too. You got college football championships and at 10 a.m. the U.S. So it's going to be a great Saturday. But, hey, we couldn't start off that USA chant, Chi, but we're going to start now. Go USA, baby. Come on. Let's get it. And I'm excited, Josh.
I'm very excited, Ben. Like you said, it's been a very, very long time. I believe the last time the U.S. had made it to the World Cup, they were also in the same group as Portugal. They played Portugal in a tie. I remember I was rooting for Portugal. All my friends, whatever. And USA actually got out of that group. I think they lost to. Oh my God!
I believe we lost to Germany.
Germany. Was it Germany? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I believe so.
I believe they won it all that year, Germany, right? 2014.
Yes,
that was
I
when
believe
they were
so.
just on a war
I was about
path.
to say. It was a good team. That was a good German team.
Oh, for sure. Looking at the World Cup right now, we've got some decent games tomorrow. Poland, Argentina. You got Robert Lewandowski going up against Messi tomorrow. That'll be a great one. I'm very excited for the knockout stages. As you mentioned, we've already got Netherlands, USA. That'll be a good game. England, Senegal. Senegal catching some people by surprise. They've been kind of annihilating. I don't even know if I want to get to Lewis's comment here. Brazil. That's a good team, Josh. Hey, that's a team. I do want to say one thing. I know Neymar, I believe, is out. He won't play the next game. They've already locked their ticket into the knockout stages, I'm pretty sure. Just about. That was a game I wanted Portugal to finish top of their group. It's looking like we're going to finish top of our group. If we finished second and they finished first, we play each other. I think we're going to avoid each other. I don't want to see Brazil in the knockout stages, especially in the round of 16. But yeah, kind of bringing it back a little bit, Ben. The Netherlands is a tough team. I know years ago, and things change. 2014, they made a deep run. I believe they went all the way to the finals in 2014 against Germany, if I'm mistaken. That might have even went
2010.
To penalty kicks. Oh, 2010, excuse me.
Against Spain.
Against Spain. Yep, for them that was a good one. So Netherlands got some background, got some history to them. I don't know too many of their players, but I know they're a pretty solid team. So if I'm the U.S., I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good either way. I was going to say I'm feeling all right, but I'm feeling great. Their goal was to just make it in. I mean, they made it to the World Cup. They didn't even qualify last time. Losing to a country without running water, no offense, but it's just tough. So they've got a lot of bright spots for them. Tyler Adams, great. Pulisic, also as well. And I believe Turner is the Revolution goalie, if I'm not mistaken.
Arsenal, actually, Josh. He got Arsenal. The big-time call. Okay. Yeah, getting over to my club. Get the big-time call up to the Premier League. So he's the backup goalkeeper over there, but he's getting some good playing time over there in some secondary games, some of the Europa League games. He's been the starting goalkeeper, so he's got some good credit. He's got some good play from there and everything. So he's been solid right now, Josh.
And Mitch just had it. I seen it. I think he said Adams had 68.5% of the passes today. I didn't see the other part of for some reason my chat on my end is being really weird. There's this master board for the chat. It's being weird. I'm gonna try to fix that out. But yeah, Ben. Oh, there we go. Nick DeVosta coming in. Great time. Bruins up 1-0. That's huge. We're going up against the rival Lightning. Shout out Jared. He's a Lightning fan. But yeah, Mitch, pour in the bets, man. We want those soccer parlays. We want those bets. Mitch, what's your thought? What's everybody's thought? What's Ben's thought? Round of 16, USA versus Netherlands. Chime in. I'm going to go big and go home. I'm going to say USA wins. I'd love to say in a penalty kicks, but I don't think it'll get there. I'm gonna say the USA wins 2-1. Stunner.
2-1. I like that, Josh. I like that one. Actually, I was me and Josh a little. Josh was right on that one. Going back to the 2014 one, Germany did win it all. They beat Argentina. Netherlands made it to the semis, and we lost actually to Belgium. So I know she put in there Benny Belgium's over there. He wants me to just sort of take credit for that mistake. That was my bad. Even though, watch out. I mean, Belgium could still advance. They could still get out of that group, but it was a tough upset for Morocco. It wasn't to the level of Saudi Arabia over Argentina, but it was right below it. It was a pretty bad loss for Belgium, especially going 2-0. So Belgium looking a little tough. Just remember that one. But I told everybody the safe bet was Brazil. So I give Lewis some credit on that too. Lewis, putting some respect on that name. I will. I love Brazil. I mean, Neymar, like Josh mentioned, Neymar's not even playing. He'll be back in the group stage, but I mean, they're still, I mean, they got Vinicius Jr. over there, Rafinha, Rodrigo. That team is just stacked. Just Richarlison. I mean, the list goes on over there. Those guys are going to be dangerous. Probably the front runners. I forgot to go back to that one too. I don't know why Jimmy's taking Argentina. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that one. Jimmy shouldn't even be allowed. Jimmy's not a soccer guy. He's always crapping on soccer, so I don't want Jimmy on it. He's always giving us a hard time.
I can explain with this. Yeah, he's literally somebody. Today he was getting a little into it. USA, showing the pride. I'll give him that. But I got the backstory on that. I got the backspin. Saturday night, quick shout out to WWE. We had the Survivor Series, great event, awesome. So we were going out. We went to Jake and Joe's before that, and the Argentina versus Mexico game was on, of course. And literally, I don't know if anybody's been to the Jake and Joe's in Waltham. I want to say, no joke, no exaggeration, 50% of Jake and Joe's was taken over by Argentina fans. Like literally, towards when you first walk in, like to the left, they had a flag. People were taking pictures. People had the eye makeup. Like it was literally like a mini game. Like they were literally at the game. They were going nuts. They took over the whole bar. They had Argentina fans on the other side. There was this one couple Mexico fans. I felt bad. It is what it is. But James was seeing how riled up they were. He was getting all into it, and all of a sudden he's saying, "This is my team. These are my people." So he's just being a funny guy, a troll, as he is. And I just want to say one thing. I've gone back and forth with multiple people, but can Messi just do anything more to make me not stand him? Like, this isn't because I love Ronaldo, and I know Lewis is going to come in here and say, oh, Ronaldinho is the best of all time. I'm not even concerned about that right now. But Messi, man, come on. Like, we went from the brink of elimination to dancing on tables, which is fine. But, which I get, it's a big moment, World Cup, but that's so disrespectful what he was doing to the. I don't know if it was I don't care if it was the Mexico flag or a player's jersey. He put it under his feet. I didn't like it. That's like a whole other sign of disrespect, especially when the flag. They say even like, oh, don't drop the national flag. Like that's a sign of bad luck. I hated it. Did not like it. I know a lot of people like kind of were saying, oh, whatever, it's for the fun. But Lewis took the words right out of my mouth. Messi, super disrespectful. So just gives me more of a reason not to root for them. Screw them. Sorry, had to go off for a minute.
Yeah, no, I saw that one. It was their jersey, so it was the Mexican jersey over there. That was a little disrespectful from him. I'm not going to harbor too many bad feelings, and I know Lewis is coming on here going strong.
Love it. He's going off, Ben.
Listen, he's right. I mean, it is a country, so you got to respect that, and maybe there's a little more backstory. Hopefully, Messi can come out with because I am a Messi guy. Listen, I mean, I like Ronaldo and Messi. I don't have any allegiances or rivals in that one. I mean, those are two of the greatest footballers ever. Even though Ronaldo's been having a little trouble with some of these teams, staying on some teams with the chemistry, but hopefully, hopefully he can find a new club now and everything. And Messi's being linked to Inter Milan on a huge deal, at the end of his PSG time. So, listen, Messi, I gotta see more of this backstory on this one to comment any more on this, but I'm gonna say Messi, that's just disrespectful. That's bad taste. But then I mean, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Don't stop on flags. Lewis is just summing it up pretty much perfectly right nuts. There. I love it. I mean, I don't even need to talk. I'm just going to put that one up there. But just going back to Jimmy's point, I mean, that's what this event is about, Josh. I mean, listen, people see these people get riled up. I mean, it happens every 4 years. And these games are crazy. You think it's just the first game in the group stage, but I mean, every single game's important. Every single game is like that. These other countries they've been going pretty hard at these World Cup events for a while, and we're starting to get around to it. The U.S. is starting to welcome soccer a little more and get a little more involved in it. So it's great to see. It's just a great sport that everyone can enjoy. And we're seeing it right now. We're seeing some success, and we're seeing a little party, but I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Let's go, Lewis.
Let's go. Lewis is here, bro. Lewis is here. I'm pissed I didn't gain a gain on him in fantasy. I'm pretty pissed about that. Shout out Zach. Zach took me to town. What's up with Josh Jacobs? Sorry to switch gears, but that guy come on, Josh Jacobs. He just killed me at the end. But getting back to finish off, I didn't even answer the U.S. one. Listen, I know Josh said the U.S. is going to win. Someone's got to go the other way. I'm going to take the Netherlands. I'm taking the Netherlands. Someone's got to be the villain on the show, Josh. Listen, it's a great point to get to the knockout stage. But we've tied England. If we went to extra time, who knows who would have won that one? Who would have eventually broken through? I know we had a couple chances. People said we controlled the game. We did at some points, but England had their fair share of shots. I think the Netherlands are just a little more experienced right now. Got a little better talent, unfortunately. So I'll be the villain. I'll take the Netherlands. If anybody wants to take that money and ride with me.
Like it, Ben. Before we move on, just a couple things I want to say. Just looking at some of the groups like Uruguay. I know me and you came on here. Thought they were going to maybe get it out of their group. They're struggling. When I say Belgium, I mean that was our pick to kind of win it all. They're struggling as well. Germany, like pretty much on the brink. They need a result. They need a win to get even into the next round. I'm pulling for Japan in that one. Denmark as well. Australia, hey, like it for Australians. They're looking decent. Argentina, I'm pretty sure they're not in yet, right, Ben?
No, they're not in yet. They are sitting. This is actually, thank Josh. That was a great call right there. Yeah. This is one of the more interesting groups. They're sitting second right now, 3 points. Goal differential of 1, but they're playing Poland, who's the leaders in that group. They're sitting atop at 4 points. So you got Saudi Arabia and Mexico right there. So I mean, there's a lot of scenarios in that one.
Very much so.
They're not, Argentina's not in a scenario like the U.S. You just got to win or go home. They would need a little help from Mexico to get in there. Maybe a Mexican win or Saudi Arabia tie with Mexico and Argentina ties, but we got to see about the goal differential on that one still. Yeah.
It looks to me like Argentina has the up on the goal differential. Yeah. But yeah, if Poland wins and Saudi Arabia just wins, which Saudi Arabia has been decent.
There's a lot of scenarios. I mean, if Saudi Arabia wins, Josh, I mean, if they beat Mexico, Argentina without a win is out. So it's going to be a tough one right there. That's a great group right there. It's going to be tough to see, one of these teams like a Poland or Argentina or Saudi Arabia not make it. They've all been playing so well, but it's the World Cup. Someone's got to be left out, Josh. We were sad for some of those Mexican fans at Jake and Joe's, but it's the game. So you just got to treat everyone with respect. Treat the losing team with respect. Don't go too crazy. You can celebrate, but just treat the other side with respect, and that's all they ask. But it's going to be great. Watch out for that. I believe all those, like you said, those are all going on tomorrow. That group stage game is going on tomorrow. So watch out for that Poland-Argentina game. It's going to be a crazy one.
For sure, Ben. As mentioned, that's tomorrow at 2. Got a bunch of good games going on. Saturday, big game for the U.S. So that's against Netherlands. I don't remember what time. I think 2 o'clock, Ben.
10.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. Oh, I'm going to be at work.
Josh is going to have to get out. Josh is going to have to get out at 11. Don't worry, get out at 11. And it'll be all good from there. So, listen, I think I'll be coming into work there. So hopefully I'll be able to catch it and go from there. So we've got
plenty of time. Hopefully the U.S. moves forward. We are going to move. We're going to switch gears here. We're going to go NFL. As I mentioned, heavy World Cup, heavy NFL edition this week. Some interesting games last week. Ben's Steelers. Kenny Pickett looked very well last night. I know we kind of talked about that game being very boring if you're not a Colts or a Steelers fan. However, I thought it was interesting. Colts making a late rally. Still couldn't get it done. I've got a couple interesting takes. Kind of wanted to see what you had to say. A nice, fun, silly one coming up. We got the Chargers barely pulling out. Zach Saints getting shut out. There was a lot of animosity in the party last night, or Xbox party over the Saints. Chiefs just continue to rock. Cowboys win. Vikings stun the Pats. Well, not really stun, but they handled business. Jaguars with a thriller of an upset. Justin Tucker with a chance to kick a field goal, 67. Little controversy on that. I didn't hate the call for that. A lot of stuff, Ben. Before I ask the silly question, take us through. What do you think about the Steelers, man? Big win?
Big win, Josh. Big win. Doesn't really matter, though. Sometimes I wish it was a loss. And sorry, I got to go back one more thing. I forgot to answer Chi on this one. He was asking us what our favorite kits are for the World Cup. I saw he put Argentina in there. I'm going to go Uruguay. He had some nice kits in there. I saw him playing Portugal. And him saying, watch out for that Netherlands pick. And so, listen. Someone's got to be a villain, as I just said. So I'm going to reiterate that, but I'm going to go Uruguay. I like there's kits in that one. I'll let Josh get one in there while I'm talking my Steelers. But great game. I mean, Kenny Pickett's looking really good. Changing my opinion on him. He's changing my opinion on him with every game. That Bengals game was really a solid one. Defense, and really, what are you going to do? The secondary just kind of let us down. Like I mentioned last week, T. Higgins literally just – every time I looked up in that game 2 weeks, he got a catch. He literally just dominated Cam's son or whoever was on him. I believe it was Cam's son. Cam's son needs to go too. Yeah, nice. He had a pretty bad offsides call last night. I don't know what's going on with him, but he needs to get out of here. The secondary is in disarray. They actually played decent last night. So I really wanted that Bengals win just to make this Colts game a little more interesting for us. Now we're sitting at 4-7. We're out of it, but this is all for development right now, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing from the young guys. George Pickens stepping into that new role. That Chase Claypool pick is going to be pretty good one now. A little high second round pick, so that's really shaping into something good. So George Pickens can step into this new number one. I'm down. I'm down to Here we go. Lewis is leaving already, but no, I'm down to move on from Deontay too. I'm down to move on from him. Ready to go with George Pickens, just draft another receiver, and let's just build out some of these other positions for the Steelers. But Josh, that's where I go with some of these games. Season's kind of done for us, so I'm kind of looking for more of the development, but Kenny Pickett's starting to become decent. We need some offensive line help for him, Josh, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Kenny Pickett. And the Colts are just awful. Matt Ryan needs to go. Man, that's just a really bad. He just needs to go, Josh. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say it. He just really ruined that offense last night. They weren't even really giving it to Jonathan Taylor. I was kind of hopeful for that because I was playing him in fantasy, but I still lost, so it doesn't really matter. But I just don't know why they just didn't give it to him every single time, got more involved. Because that passing game was not there last night. Matt Ryan is just not the guy, and it stinks because they got some decent pieces on that offense. But they're just going to have to get somebody in the draft or just move on from him already because that's a failed experiment.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. That was actually going to lead to my next question was, who is the most frustrating quarterback in the NFL? I know we had talked about that a little bit in our chat. I think it's between him and Russell Wilson. I would say Russell Wilson more. Like, that team is just a complete disaster. 3-8. I couldn't hammer on them anymore. It's not even like going into the season, you're thinking Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. They've got a pretty decent room of tight ends. Good running backs. I know their running back Javonte Williams went down, but let's face it, they were a disaster before he went down. Russell Wilson's got to be the most frustrating quarterback for me to watch. I think Matt Ryan's up there as well, but at least he has the age to kind of fall on. I think it was Cam. It was Cam Monagle who said this. He said he was the most frustrating quarterback, Matt Ryan, yesterday, so I'll give him the credit, Cam, for that. I think he's maybe 2, but I got to say Russell Wilson, man. Like, that team, there's talent there. Don't hit me with that. You look at the Seahawks, Geno Smith, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for Geno Smith. So this has kind of been a shot to me, because I know I kind of called him out and said they were going to have a downfall. That hasn't been the case. Yeah. I mean, I would say, I went on a little tangent there. I would say Russell Wilson is the most frustrating quarterback to watch. And that was a good win for you guys. I also want to say Kenny Pickett's been playing a lot better. Looks like Najee, although he got hurt last night, of course. Seems like a little common theme, but Najee was starting to run a little bit better from north to south. Looked like he was having some burst in him. Deontay Johnson getting a little more involved with Pickett. I know there was frustration there. But yeah, Pickett's been good, Ben. He's been calling his shots. I was looking. There was at one point he was like 188 passing yards, 14 for 18. 14 passes completed out of 18, so pretty decent. I don't hate that. I think he's starting to slowly come along. Maybe next year you can kind of figure things out, rejuvenate that offensive line. But yeah, I want to ask you who the most frustrating quarterback just to watch as a football fan is in the NFL. And also, this is going to sound like a weird one. I'm not going to lie. I had to look up some of the World Cup kits. I do love Uruguay. I love that like baby blue that they got. I like Mexico's, but I looked up some of the World Cup kits. I don't know if Denmark has worn them. And the symbol behind this is even cooler, but they have these like all black kits and they look sick. And the third kit is to represent mourning. So a little bit of a protest with the World Cup. I don't want to get into the politics side of it, but I do like that all black sleek look. It's a nice look. So I'd probably say Denmark. And they got the all red ones. I don't mind. But yeah, to go back to it, I would say it's got to be Russell Wilson. I know Charlie coming in here. Kyler frustrating because he's good and bad at the same time. So, and Charlie Japan kits. Those are some fire kits too. But Ben, your thoughts? Most frustrating quarterback?
Probably, I'm going to stick with mine. I'm going to stick with Matty Ice. I mean, he's got some weapons over there too. But it's probably 1A, 1B with Russell. I get where she's coming from too. And thank you for the clarification, Lewis. Listen, you can, I want to see those teams next year. Listen, I keep telling this team to move on to next year, but we keep getting these little wins in here, ruin our draft pick. I want a top offensive lineman. So I'm down to keep losing. I'm down to see everyone next year. But we're not on the same page yet. And we'll play the Falcons this week. So that's another one. Probably win that one, unfortunately, because they stink too. But whatever. Matty Ice is probably going to be the most frustrating quarterback. I mean, you got weapons over there. You got Pittman. You got Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that's more than Russell Wilson. Granted, I know he had Javonte and everything, but Russell Wilson was supposed to elevate those players too. But it just hasn't happened over there. I know Cortland Sutton's decent. Jerry Jeudy, I forgot about him too. He's
he's hurt right now.
Yeah, I was about to say I believe he's hurt, but even when he was there with Russell, he had a couple good games, but there's just that connection was never developed. That's really tough. I mean, I'm probably just going to stick with Matty Ryan. But it's literally take your pick with those two guys. Those two guys are supposed to, I mean, people talking Super Bowl with the Colts, people talking, can the Broncos compete with the Chiefs and the Chargers in that division? Yeah, they're going to be up the top with them now because they got Russell. We'll be fine. Not the case at all. So I think it's pretty much just those two guys. I still like watching Kyler. She's just aggravated with him a little on that one, but hey, Kyler did his thing in that game. Sometimes, listen, maybe I'd say Justin Herbert at times. Listen, if you have him as a fantasy quarterback, but that's just for fantasy. So yeah, Josh gets me on that pain. That's just a little side comment right there, but it's either Matty Ice or Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson just stinking it up too. And like you mentioned, Josh, I mean, Geno's just killing it. And the two other, I mean, Noah Fant's not having a crazy year, but he's had a couple of good catches for them, a couple of clutch ones. He's been a nice tight end target over there with him and Will Dissly, and Shelby Harris has been a force for them on the defensive side. He's been huge for them. He's having a great year, just clogging up that middle for them. And they get Broncos pick now, so they got another pick to just go get another quarterback of the future. Maybe or just another key piece. The Broncos are pretty bad. That pick's in at 4 right now, so the Broncos just stink. I don't know what they're doing. Same with the Colts. Colts are a little better just because, like I said, I like those pieces more. So that's why I think Matty Ryan's a little more frustrating. But listen, just two teams, just it's not good right now. Not good, and hopefully they can turn it around.
They just stink right now. That sums it all up in a nutshell. We are approaching our predictions, but I figured why not get into a little bit of the preview? We usually don't talk too much about some of the other games, so let's preview some of the other games. There's some decent ones this week, Ben. Of course, Bills, Patriots. We're gonna get into that. I will be in attendance for that game, just saying. We got, as Ben mentioned, Steelers, Falcons. That's actually a pretty good game in Atlanta. Let's scroll down. Jaguars, Lions. That could end up being a good dog fight there. Jaguars trying to scratch and claw their way to something, maybe for the division if the Titans start losing. I'm just kidding. Deshaun Watson, maybe he comes back playing against his former team, the Texans. How ironic and perfect could this be? There's a chance for that. And a couple games I want to highlight here that, I didn't throw on my picks, and I don't think Ben did either, but the Dolphins, 8-3, traveling into San Francisco to play the 7-4 San Francisco 49ers. We have the Chiefs and the Bengals as well. And Monday night, man, big game for Zach. This is the closest it's going to get. I think the nail is already semi in the coffin for the Saints, but technically they are not out of it, especially if they get a win against the Bucs. 4-8, 5-6. Saints still have a bye week, so if the Saints can win this game, would be huge. But Saints versus Bucs, also a big game. So we've got some big games to kind of preview here and talk a little bit about, Ben, before we get into some of our predictions. But out of all these games, I'd say the one that catches my eye the most, believe it or not, is that AFC championship rematch. Chiefs, Bengals, and then a slight second, literally almost first, Dolphins versus 49ers should be a great one as well.
Perfect, Josh. Listen, Josh, before we get to that one, perfect. Thank you so much, Lewis, for that one. I've been meaning to saw that one. I've seen this all. I've seen a bunch of people chatter through groups and different groups. Everyone's been talking about this one. This is the hot button one. Hunter Henry caught that ball. Listen, I've been waiting for this response. When it happened, I've been waiting for it. I wasn't texting anybody this response. Saving it for right here. I don't want to hear it from the Patriots fans. I don't want to hear it at all. At all. Zero complaints from them. I know he caught it. But listen, Jesse James caught it too. So I don't want to hear it at all. And Dez. Listen, we all go through it. You guys got a Super Bowl out of it. We lost first place because of it. Then we had to go play the Jags, and the Jags came in there and beat us up. I wish we were playing the Chargers like you guys were before. Maybe it would have been different. Who knows? It's a lot of what ifs. I'm just saying. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to hear it. Listen, the complaints are valid. I get it. I thought it was a catch too. Trust me, it was a catch. It's there. Simple as that. Don't know what the refs saw. Don't know how they can really overturn that one. Doesn't really make any sense. But I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from the Patriots fans on that one. You guys are still in contention. You're still there. Still very much in the wild card spot. AFC, like we said, both East in the NFL are just killing it. I mean, NFC and AFC both probably have a chance to send all 4 teams into the playoffs. If the Patriots can keep it up too, I know they're right there in the thick of it. Even with that loss to the Vikings, they're still right there. So I get it. Valid complaints. Lewis is right. Every other single Patriots fan is right on this one, but I don't want to hear from them. It's over. I still have to relive this Jesse James one. I have to listen to all you guys laugh at me. I have to listen to everybody on that one. All these years. She bringing up a lot of it. Got screwed on that catch too. He did on that one. I think I kind of remember that one. I don't really remember it fully. I don't know what the implications were on that one, but the Hunter Henry one was bad. But I don't want to hear it. Jesse James. All I have to say. That's all I'm going to say every time someone brings up Hunter Henry. I'm just going to bring up Jesse James. So thank you for that one, Lewis. Shout out Lewis for that one. Killing it today. But like Josh mentioned, all these great matchups. I want to talk about that Dolphins 49ers one. That one is going to be a sneaky good. Some could even say possible Super Bowl matchup. I mean, that could be a Super Bowl preview right there. This Dolphins offense is just electric. I can't wait to see them go up against this San Francisco defense. It's just one of those classic matchups that kind of just set themselves up in the schedule. The NFL doesn't even intend for it. 4 o'clock game, and these teams are just going off right now. So I'm excited for it. To a nation, going off, and everyone's excited for him. But just laid out these other ones, and put him that other shocking Ravens loss. I mean, I know Ravens usually pull those ones out. They've had a couple close calls there, but that one's huge for the AFC North. Putting them down there. Jags, Trevor Lawrence, shout out Chi. I don't know about that other Clemson quarterback that you mentioned, Deshaun bringing the Browns into playoff contention. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna touch that one. I don't think they are, even with Deshaun at the helm. They are too far back. Let's see the reception he gets from that Texan crowd. And it's gonna be a tough one. They're gonna have to see. I'm kind of interested to see how he gets reacted, see how he is playing. He did have a crazy preseason. I know he had a couple. I know a series was heavily, criticized and scrutinized because he hasn't played in a while. He just hasn't had that practice or had those reps. So I'm excited to see what they got going on over here. And that one, that's just gonna be another great matchup. But Josh, like Josh laid out, I mean, we're coming to the end of the NFL season, so some of these matchups are starting to come out here are getting really intriguing.
100%, Ben. I just want to clarify one thing as well. CeeDee Lamb, that was a catch. It was 100% a catch. He said, Josh, don't do that again. I was trying to look at the Olave thing and it had audio in the background. I apologize. That looks like a catch as well. He takes like 2 or 3 steps with the ball in hand, and then he goes to the ground, bobbles it, but he still retrieves it into his chest. Looks like a catch to me. That was really weird. In the CeeDee Lamb one, there was a very clear picture. I can even pull it up for you in the back of the end zone where he caught it with one hand. He made 2 catches with one hand in that game. But that one was a touchdown as well. I have the picture if you guys want to see it. We got skimped on that. And like Ben said, I do not want to hear it from the Patriots fans on the Hunter Henry. We literally got absolutely stunned against the Packers with that one. Tony Romo, the heave to Des Bryant, he literally catches it, then he re-catches it in the end zone. It was just the randomest thing ever. Never hit the ground. They said he never controlled it. It's so stupid. If anything, he should have been on the 1 yard line, even if it wasn't a touchdown. Weird thing. Pats fans said, oh, the excuses. So I'm not hearing that one as well. And Charlie O'Donnell saying, I don't know if the Marvin Jones game winner is a catch either. I do remember that.
He got 2 feet.
That was a little weird, a weird bobble, but I think he got 2 feet as well. But yeah,
Shin counts as the other one, Josh. That's a weird one right there. Just want to slip that in there. Shin counts as the other one. That's what she's referring to. That was a little weird one right there. But Jags got it done. Jags are, listen, Trevor Lawrence sneaky good over there. He's starting to get back there. But I'm just excited for everything going forward. Chargers coming back. Now we're just getting a little crazy. He's saying CDs should have counted. I don't know. Josh has probably got a bigger take on that one. CDs catch should have counted. I don't know. I thought I saw that heel hit the back weight. It was a great catch from CD and everything. I thought I saw it into at the end zone. Josh can elaborate more on that, but I'm not gonna go. She's going a little too far now. She's just saying every single catch that happened this weekend.
I agreed. Sorry, Ben. I agreed with you. I seen a photo on Twitter that was real clear and conclusive. He had it in his hand. I'm gonna try and put it up right now if everybody can bear. Can you hear me now? Yes, you can hear me. Okay. I'm going to pull it up on this screen. I know you can't see anything. I just want to show everybody because it was driving me absolutely insane. I tried to get a picture of the Olave one, but it was only a video. Tell me that this is not a catch. I don't understand as you can clearly see, let me zoom in for you guys. Like, look, one foot down, the other foot down before it even hits the white pylon there. I don't know. That's just how I think. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, I don't know. If you slowed it down, it looks like a catch there, but whatever. Call me a crybaby. We still won the game. It is what it is, but I would have liked the CD Lamb stats to be inflated. But yeah, Ben, I can't cry too much. We won the game. Looked good. Now we're just on to the Colts, so shout out Jeff and Jose. I'll see you guys Sunday night, baby. Sunday night football, which questionable game for Sunday night football, but that's okay. That's all right.
This year's been tough, Josh. The NFL guessed pretty wrong on it. Sometimes they're taking shots in the dark, and it pays off, but it hasn't paid off. Put a lot of Broncos on there, like we mentioned. I mean, both Josh saying are those frustrating quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson. The NFL kind of banked on those guys being good. So a lot of prime time spots with the Colts. Monday night this past week, obviously yesterday. And now they get Sunday night again, and Broncos just seem to be on Monday night and Sunday night. Back, they're flipping them every other week, but now the Broncos are starting to die down a little. They're starting to realize those ones. So a little weird with that, Josh, but that's gonna be a good game. Still gonna be a good game regardless. I just like seeing that matchup. I don't get to see that matchup too often, Colts Cowboys. So gonna be a good one. But like you mentioned, Cowboys, like I told everybody, sky's the limit. They took care of business against the Giants. It was a little tough first on Thanksgiving, but I mean that's a good Giants team. They're gonna give you a little fight over there. So got no issues on that. For the Cowboys, they settled down, they figured out in the second half, and they got the job done. So nothing on the Cowboys for that. And let's keep rolling, Josh. Let's keep going with the Cowboys.
Yes, sir, man. I was so close, man. The Cowboys were so close to covering the spread, 2 points off. When it was 10 points, Ben, I know you were like, damn, he was right. I know Maher missed the field goal. If he hits the field goal, it finishes 11-31. Or, no, I'm sorry. I'm way off. It would have been 31-20. Close. Yeah. I was really close. It was 10 points for a little bit in that game. And I also said it was going to be frustrating. But just quick little stat here. The last 2 times the Cowboys and Colts have met, the last time, 2018, that weird game where we just got absolutely pantsed, 23-0. That was that weird day. I think that was right before we got Amari Cooper. Or maybe I'm wrong, but we got absolutely annihilated. And in the game before that, the Cowboys annihilated the Colts in 2014, 42-7. So this is a kind of back and forth thing. 2-2 or 2-3 in the last 4 games. I think the Cowboys have won more. Yes, that's right. So weird. Coming off 1-1 the last 2 times we've played, but interesting. Everyone, Charlie, everyone we were with hit that back door against the Giants cover. Yeah, it's just tough. It's like, what the hell? I was kind of pissed off too with Dallas. Like, come on, you're even making this game more entertaining. Maher, of course, he misses like that field goal at the end. He's been unbelievable, so I can't get on their case. But however, we'll move forward. Excited about this game, but we got to hold on. We've got a very big game coming up in Gillette Stadium. We're going to start off with this one. Thursday Night Football. The 8-3 Buffalo Bills, who have not been playing their best football, Ben, traveling into New England to play your Patriots, 6-5. Huge playoff implications on this game. One little subject we didn't really get to. Patriots last week. Tough week if you're a Patriots fan. They dropped a game to the Vikings. Chargers won. Bengals won. Tough week for them with those. I said this a while, Ben. I said it's going to come down to that Bengals-Pats game. If the Patriots lose this game, they're at 500. You're really hoping for some help now in the AFC. They're out looking in at the moment. The Jets are just holding on to that 7th spot somehow. Speaking of Mike White, great. I don't know how we missed that storyline. He was just complete opposite of Zach Wilson. Just talk about airing the ball out. I know it's against the Bears defense and a battered Bears team, but whatever. In the rain, I'll give him credit. This is a tough game, Ben. The Bills haven't been playing their best football as of late. Divisional game. Patriots have not been playing their best football as of late. I do like the Bills in this one. I don't think the Patriots have enough. I don't want to say this is the nail in the coffin game for the playoff hopes for the Patriots, but this is where the stretch starts to get tough. You've got the Bills, you've got the Raiders. The Cardinals on the road in Arizona Monday night. Then you've got the Bills, Dolphins again, all intertwined in there. I like the Bills. Boy, oh boy. I think it's going to be somewhat of a low-scoring game, Ben. I'm going to say the Bills win 24-10. Maybe a little higher than that. I'll go 27. I'll say 27. Man, I don't know. I'll stick with my gut. 24-10, Bills win. Josh Allen, this is kind of like a statement game for them. They want to put the Patriots kind of out of the water a little bit. Get that nice division lead. If the Patriots win this and the Bills lose, they're like 1.5 games behind. I like the Bills in this one, even though the Pats are at home. You're looking for split. Last year it didn't really work out that way. They split, but each team won on the road. I think the Bills win this one, Ben. I know that the Lions gave them all that they could handle, but Josh Allen's that guy. This is when he starts to swing things around. I know a lot of people harped on him right now. Turnover rate, him and Dak Prescott lead the lead, turnover, whatever, yada, yada, yada. He's going to turn it around. He had a midseason hump last year. They got over it. This is what the Bills do. Without Von Miller, they'll prevail. They're getting Tre'Davious White back. I know he's kind of on a pitch count. However, I like this one. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lewis. I know he doesn't agree with this, but they're the better team. They win. I'll say 24-10, somewhat of a low-scoring game. I like the Bills. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Lewis. I'm going to take the Bills as well. This is going to be a good one. Always good one in Gillette. Listen, the Pats are not going to let the Bills off the hook that easy. But like Josh just mentioned at the end, I think it's just too much talent. Even without Von Miller, that offense just isn't going to be able to compete with the Bills' offense. Patriots just not as dynamic. Even in that Jet-Zach Wilson game, it took a crazy punt return. It takes a crazy punt return to win that, not punt return, kickoff return, excuse me, to win it. Mac Jones looked better in that Vikings game. Mac Jones looked better. 24-10. Listen, I like that score from Josh too. I feel like that's a typical Bills Patriots score. I was going to go 24-17. Listen, Patriots going to be in it. One possession game. Going to be tough for the Bills without a doubt, but I think it's just too much. Josh Allen's just going to be too much for this defense. Good secondary from the Patriots, but Diggs is Diggs. Stephon will get his. I saw Isaiah McKenzie get back to the fold again. He's still got Gabe Davis. Maybe if Dawson Knox ever shows up, or if they give him some touches or targets. A little fantasy frustration there. But I'm going to have to join Josh on that mile, Lewis. I'm going to stick with him. I just don't see the Patriots doing it. It's been tough too. After Josh just laid out some of these other tough wins that came through this week, Chargers, Bengals, etc. Tough one for the Patriots. Got Bills 24-17. Sorry, I guess not really. You guys should be just be happy you're in it. Bills are one of the best teams still in the AFC, even if they're struggling. Kind of just more so kind of gives the Chiefs a little more clearer path. I believe right now the Chiefs are it's just the best team in the AFC, maybe the NFL too.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why Lewis is upset. It's just the Bills are the better team right now. It is what it is.
I don't know what's going on, Lewis. The Patriots aren't that good. Listen, good fight against the Vikings, but the Vikings are Vikings and Kirk Cousins prime time. So, just saying.
And Cam, let me know. I'm down to do that wager. Let me know. I'll take that one all day. We're gonna move on. Ben Steelers here, 4-7, going up against the 5-7 Cardinals. I think this game has a lot of potential. Actually, to be honest, it's not on a night window, so it won't take up all the attention. I didn't even really mind that it was on Monday night. I just kind of forgot about last week. I'm just giving Ben a little crap. I changed my pick live show. I like what the Falcons have done. They're pretty competitive in some games. They're 5-7. I know they were a couple weeks ago. They were 5-5, fighting for a spot. I think they're trending in the wrong direction. I think the Steelers are trending in the right direction. You're seeing more out of Kenny Pickett. You're seeing more confidence. He wasn't just going to jump into this team and shake it all around. You're coming into a battered offensive line, shaking up Najee Harris, wide receiver issues all along. The offensive coordinator who doesn't know his ass from his elbow, Matt Canada. I believe Big Ben had issues with him as well.
Yeah.
I know you have issues with him.
Everybody's got issues.
I'm talking about him. But I like the Steelers in this one. Kind of a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 30-27. Falcons always play tough at home. They play teams really tough this season. I think both of these teams are kind of on the same track, as you can see, 4-7, 5-7. But yeah, I like the Steelers. I like what they've been doing. And I don't think the Falcons are quite there yet. However, I think this is the Steelers. Get a quick little 2-game win streak here out of the way for Ben and make things a little bit more difficult for the draft capital. But hey, Steelers win. Ben should be happy.
Oh yeah, I'm always happy with the win, Josh. Just like to be a little cynic sometimes. Listen, you got to be just going forward. You got to think about the team going forward. We need a lot of help in a lot of positions. So, yep, I'm going to have to take. I think all three of us are in agreement with this one. Lewis too. Taking the Steelers. Falcons are going to Falcon, as Lewis just mentioned. They stink too. Another team that's just in disarray. Marcus Mariota probably should make the change over to Desmond Ridder. Why not? Just get some chemistry going with him. He looks like an NFL quarterback. We just got to see him out there. Marcus Mariota experiment, I think, is done. We already know what it is. He's just going to be a perennial backup now. He's at that age. He's at that point in his career. He's just a backup. If an injury happens, he can be serviceable for a couple of games, but we know what we're going to get from him. So I'd like to see him do a little change over there. Maybe just get some youth injected over there with him. They got Drake London over there, Kyle Pitts. Maybe get him involved a little. I know he's been injured. I just picked up an injury, but another quiet year for him. So I'd like to see somebody else help him out over there. But Steelers are going to take this one. It's just another game. I should just say another game. That I just want to lose. I just want that draft pick capital. But we're not gonna. We're gonna take this one. Games like this kill me because of that Bengals one, and going back all the way to the Patriots and Jets games. If you don't blow those games, maybe you're looking at a little different over here. But that Jets game especially kills me. It changed this record up a lot. 4-7 and 4-6 is a lot different. If you especially get this Falcons win, put yourself at 5-6. But 4-7 is tough, Josh. Can't really dig out of that hole. I don't believe so in this type of AFC. Even I was going to say it's a down year, but not really. Teams are starting to pick it up. Chargers are looking good. Bengals picking up as well. So I got the Steelers winning this one. I really don't want them to, but they will.
That's a safe pick. Nick DeVos, the Falcons are good at home. He's right, and they're good. They, like Lewis said, they play in these games. They just can't close it out. They lost last week 19-13, almost drove down, scored. Mariota as well, Ben, too. Same thing happened in that year. He got benched with the Titans. Very good game manager. Stats, 14 touchdowns, 8 picks. Decent. I know he doesn't have so much to work with in that offense. Kyle Pitts has been up and down all year. He's hurt. Cordell Patterson working back. I agree. I think he's a serviceable backup. Maybe a bridge guy on a down team, a team that just needs a guy. I think he can start in the NFL. But weird situation there for him. I'm going to fly through this one. Cowboys, Colts. I think that this does have trap game written all over it. However, I think we're fine. This is where we're starting to roll now. We've got a very favorable schedule. They can't go typical Cowboys and lose this game. They need to go the opposite Cowboys, win this game, go on a nice little stretch. You've got the Colts, Texans, and Jags all coming up. I know the Jags stunned the Ravens, and we're going into Jacksonville, but I want to see us on a 5-game win streak, I believe. So I got Dallas at home. I want to see them win this game by 10 or more. I'm going to say Dallas wins by 14. Or, you know what? I got 31-14 written on it. maybe 31-17. I'll go 31-17. I want to see high-scoring game. I want to see a turnover. I want the defense flying. I think we are a recipe for disaster for Matt Ryan. He just gets sack happy. We've got that written all over it. I don't know if the Colts maybe wear down that defensive line with our running game, but I'll say Dallas wins 31-17. Close game a little bit at some points, or manageable, but not enough. Dallas should handle them at home. Sorry, not sorry, Jeff and Jose.
Yeah, I'll take the sorry. I'm sorry for those guys right now. Sorry, Jeff and Jose. It's a tough season. I'll show a little compassion, but no compassion anymore. I got the Cowboys. That's going to be they're going to steamroll them. Like Josh said, we really don't need to go too deep into this one. They were going to be my lock, but I decided to go another way. A little more interesting, a little more treacherous path for me, I should say. But if you were looking for another lock, I'd say Cowboys. Pretty easy one right here. They're just better.
That's a quick way to wrap that up. They're just better. That Colts team is gross. It's so true, Lewis, because they have so much potential. Just a quarterback away. Offensive line's been weird. That's just a weird situation over there. 3-8. Talk about weird and frustrating. Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett somehow clinging on to that job. Going up against the Ravens. This is my lock of the week. Lamar Jackson, awful loss at home. They're mad. I think this is going to be a masterclass game for him. 2 rushing touchdowns. He's throwing the ball everywhere. I'll say he goes over 250 passing yards. You guys know I'm not crazy for him, but I'll give him flowers when they're due. I'll say they steamroll them. I think the spread is 8. Ravens will cover that. They're just so disappointing, that Broncos team. I know some people are saying, oh, this game could be closer than you think. No, Ravens should have that. They've got the recipe for it. Roquan Smith over there as well, followed by Patrick Queen. These guys should be leading the charge. I like the Ravens. I'm going to say they put 40 on them. I really am. Ben's like, whoa. Sorry, Jacob, if you're somewhere out there watching. Bold take. I'll say 40-23. Garbage time touchdown late. Ravens hold this one. Cover. They'll cover too.
No, I like it for your take, Josh. I just don't like, as a Steelers fan, don't like seeing those Ravens put up so many points over there. Never like it, but yeah, that's a good one. I mean, the Ravens aren't gonna get clogged down like they did against the Jags. They're gonna come out swinging. That's a tough loss for them. Tucker almost had it. Listen, if it's in a dome, totally different, but I digress. Another one, I said Cowboys, maybe looked at them as a lock. I got the Vikings as a lock. Got the Jets coming into town. I know it's, I've always been, hooting and hollering for the Jets and all that. It's my team. I like the Jets, man. They're looking good, but I think the Mike White hype train, good call from Josh too. I don't know how I forgot to bring up that. Mike White just killing it out there, just putting on a show. But as we mentioned too, that's the main reason why I picked the Vikings too. That was against the Bears. Let's see a little different defense, into the Vikings, and you have to go into Minnesota to play them. Be a tough little environment for him right there. You're not playing against that Rockets Jets crowd and that sort of weird weather game. I think he comes back down to life a little in this one, so that's why I got the Vikings easy in this one. They're going to control it. It's that Mike White hype train is going to come back down to earth a little, Josh, on this one. Take the Vikings.
I like that one too. They're fighting for that first round bye. They're very much in contention for that. Eagles drop one more, plus a little help. Eagles got a decent stretch coming up. So I'll take that one. Speaking of them, I really don't even want to do this, but I'll say the Titans upset the Eagles. Every week, guys, I'm just coming on here hoping for an upset. Packers kept it interesting. 2 weeks ago, who was it? 2 weeks ago that the Colts gave them a fight till the end. Eagles are just weird, man. I don't think that they're as good as people think. They remind me so much of that Steelers team way back. I know Lewis is like, stop. They really do. I don't know. I had to go upset of the week for this, but I don't know. Charlie loves it. I'm just praying they need to drop another game at some point. Titans are a tough team. They play tough. Hopefully Derrick Henry, recipe for disaster for them. run the ball with him. I don't know. I'll say Titans upset them 23-20. Stunner.
Yeah, Josh, that's a little, listen, I'm a Steelers fan. This Eagles team might be a little better than that undefeated Steelers team. I might have to backtrack you on that one. Big Ben was aging a little. We had a pretty easy schedule too, even though the Eagles, when you really look at some of those opponents, they really have had an easy schedule. But like Lewis said, listen, everyone, playing their role. They got a couple studs out there. You got AJ Brown. You see what that move makes for them. Jalen Hurts is stepping into that star role too. Devontae just needs a complimentary piece. He was already filling out, he was already filling out form over there. So you got a couple of those studs now, and that defensive side too. I mean, they got a couple of key free agents. Brought over Linval and Ndamukong Suh at the trade deadline. That was really their only weakness, that D line. So I mean, yeah, I love the Eagles. So I'm just gonna backtrack, Josh, on that one. Listen, I love the Steelers. It was a great undefeated season, but Jalen Hurts is a little better than where Big Ben was at this point. He's just dynamic. He's just unreal to watch. Makes you question it sometimes. How are you going to stop this team, especially when Miles Sanders is running like that? A nice little three-headed attack over there, but listen, I don't want to hype up the Eagles too much. I don't want to hype them up too much, Josh. Like Josh said, they're going to most likely lose. Josh wants it to trip up before the season ends. I think they probably should, just get another loss in there, try to learn from it and everything. I'm not saying purposely lose, but I think another loss would do them good so they don't have to just go into there with all this hype. Whatever. For my upset, team that's not really a team that's kind of there already. They kind of announced themselves. I got the Commanders going over the Giants. Still an upset. Giants still favored. But if you want a little upset right here, it's nice plus money. Commanders, they're just playing phenomenal. Giants kind of got exposed last week. When Saquon's not doing this thing and Danny Dimes isn't as accurate as he has been, they can trip up. And this Commanders team is just resilient. Got a nice little win over the Falcons, even though Heineke wasn't playing his best. Brian Robinson stepped up. Nice. I like that nice little dual threat with him and Gibson over there. Terry McLaurin's doing his thing over there. Curacimo in some games. De'Ami Brown stepping up too. Shout out UNC. So I like the Commanders, what they're doing. Chase Young getting back to the fold over there. I got them as my upset alert, even though, listen, the Commanders aren't an upset team anymore. They're there, but technically this is an upset, so take advantage.
It's crazy because if they win this game, they're 8-5. That whole division has just been very good. It's nuts. Yeah, very nuts. I agree with you, Ben. I think the Commanders win this one too. The Giants just don't have offensive power besides Barkley. They're throwing out Richie James, Isaiah Hodgins, Bellinger, the tight end. Just not enough pieces. I know Odell would be great for them, but I don't think that happens. I like that one a lot, Ben. Commanders getting scary. And hey, let me just say one. I hope so. Let me just say one thing. Taylor Heineke plays with that dog in him. I respect him. I respect what the Commanders have been doing. Ron Rivera built a nice little team over there. So I like that one, Ben. I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Let's go Portugal. Let's go USA. And go Cowboys.
Hey, I like that. Go Cowboys, Steelers. For you Patriots fans, go Patriots in your own regards. I got the Bills on that one. You guys do your own thing, but yeah, I always appreciate everyone watching. Thank you for tuning in. Got a nice little comments today. Shout out Lewis too. Lewis is the man, as always. He knows that. Looking at Pats Nation, he's got to slip that one in there. Listen, we gotta acknowledge that one, but forget about the football. Go to the other football. Go US, Josh, and Portugal.